Okay, guys, as I look around this dressing room, I see a lot of expensive footballers. Over £500 million, in fact. Now, you are the best that English football has to offer, more or less. Some of the other players are very expensive to get out of their current clubs. So I want you to get out there, week in, week out, and prove that to the world. And hey, you can't be in here. Somebody get that clown out of here. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to our English player only Manchester United. It's season 2, episode 1, and after spending God knows how much money over the summer, we are back for a second attempt at winning the Premier League and hopefully also the Champions League this season. But let's start by having a quick look at, what should we say, we're playing the Charity Shield against Liverpool, of course last season's league champions, and then we'll begin our Premiership campaign against Fulham, who are newly promoted. But let's have a quick look and see where we stand as a club coming into this one. Nothing too much has changed in terms of favoured personnel, icons and whatnot, though Rashford is a favoured personnel. But I thought maybe Harry Kane might sneak on there, but he probably needs to do a little bit more than play one season, doesn't he? We are a 4.5-star reputation club. We have a determined squad personality, which is probably a good thing. And, Kane is the captain. No, he's not. Sorry, Maguire's the captain. Kane is the vice-captain. Kane is also our key player. And the hot prospect is still Shola Shortire, so that's good. We'll hopefully continue to give him game time this season. Only 18 years old as well, of course. In terms of facilities, we are upgrading the training facilities, but everything else is fairly much top-notch. I did ask about expanding the stadium, but they didn't want to do that, so that's probably fair enough, to be honest, because, you know, it's still a fairly big stadium. Now, in terms of, let's have a look here, in terms of finances, we still have about 38.5 million to spend if we want, and huge wages as well, so we can get another player or two in if we need to. Now, in terms of the squad dynamics, hasn't been hurt too badly despite a very busy summer, so good team cohesion, good club atmosphere, and good managerial support. It's only Lewis Cook that wants to leave. He wanted to play a little bit further forward in midfield. He's one of these. If he wants to go, I've got no problem letting him go. But equally, if he wants to stay, then I'll happily keep him as well. So it sort of balls in his court, but there's no one interested in him just now. In terms of the hierarchy, we've got our captain, vice-captain, and Rashford as our team leaders. We've got fairly decent managerial support, particularly against the established players, which is good. Just Luke Shaw, for some reason, it isn't my biggest fan. And social groups, you would imagine, all being English, that this will all sort of come together relatively quickly. But right now we do kind of have a bit of a split there as well, which is not ideal. But as I say, hopefully it'll come together relatively soon. Now, let's have a look at what we're expected to do this season. Of course, as with the last season, the board don't know that we are doing England only. So we have to challenge for the Premier League title, which we did last year, so hopefully we'll do it again. Semi-finals of the Champions League, which we did last year, so hopefully we'll do it again. All these things, we won the FA Cup last year, of course, so hopefully we can reach the final. Carabao Cup wasn't important last year, but we went on to win it anyway. And the Community Shield, it's not important, but it's a good opportunity today to see our first choice players, or our new players, sort of our first choice 11 in action against a quality team. In terms of a pre-season preview, we are the second favourites to win the league, behind last season's ahead of last season's champions Liverpool, but behind Manchester City. Now you can see from the Dream 11, Lewandowski is there. That is the big signing for Liverpool this summer. So they have, they've strengthened, haven't they? Which is a bit disappointing. But we've got Shaw and Sancho in the Dream Team, which is nice. And in terms of the key players, you can see him there. Sancho and Salah in the same team is going to be a little bit intimidating, isn't it? But if we go down, we can see all the other key players of the league for their respective clubs. There's a couple of guys there. You see we have shortlisted who are obviously English players that, in the right circumstances, we might look to bring in. Though, to be fair, I'm quite happy with what we've got just now, so there's no need to sort of go and break the bank anymore, I don't think, because we've got a pretty good team, I'd say. Let's have a look, though, and see what we're doing in the Community Shield against Liverpool. We are expecting them to come out in a defensive 4-3-3. Lewandowski to make his debut up top. Mane and Salah will be up there with him. But we've got our own decent side here, and again, we have debuts. So Henderson will be playing in goal for this one. It will be Luke Shaw playing at left back. It'll be Tamori, who is a permanent member of the squad now, with Maguire. And it will also at right back be Wan Bissaka, who is an England international. It's two of the new boys in midfield, Declan Rice. Really excited to get him in with Ward Prowse as well. Absolute stars. They will partner Jude Bellingham in midfield. That is a fairly freaking good midfield. if I don't say so myself. Greenwood will be playing as the right winger. He was wonderful there second half of last season for us. Another of the new boys, Noni Madaduke, will be playing on the left-hand side. Excited to see what he can bring. And it will, of course, be Harry Kane going up top. A bench, another one of the new boys, Etienne Green, will be on the bench, backup goalkeeper, along with Holgate. Another of the new boys, Luke Thomas, the backup left-back. We've got James Garner on the bench, along with Longstaff, with Sancho, and with Rashford as well. I mean, even looking at that bench, it's not too bad, is it? Injury front, a little bit of bad news is that why did it do that? James Maddison is injured, so he's unavailable for the first week or two. And Loftus-Cheek as well is unavailable for the first few weeks, with still coming back. You may remember he broke his... What did he break last season? He broke a bone anyway. Was it his ankle? Broken foot. So he's still coming back from that injury. So he's going to be a little while getting some match sharpness back as well. But that's the team. Let's see what we can do. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. It looks like a fairly strong Liverpool side. Maybe just goalkeeper is the one that they've rotated. What do we say to this? Just enjoy yourselves, boys. It's a trip to Wembley. It doesn't really mean too much. It's obviously a nice thing to win, but ultimately does not mean anything. And here we go. So Liverpool, why have they had some recent games? Or is that from... Oh, you know what I think happened is the Club World Cup was on. Liverpool actually went on and I think they lost the Champions League final. I think they lost on penalties. It went to penalties. It was 2-2, went to penalties. I can't remember now. I think it was Paris that won it. But Liverpool must have gone to the Club World Cup, which was on. And I want to say Chelsea might have even won that. So I'm expecting Chelsea to be a lot better this season. They were last year where were flirting with relegation for a lot of it. So, they won't be that bad again, surely. As it's like Thiago having a bit of a long-range effort there that sails helplessly over the bar. So, yeah, I hope, as I say, hopefully we will gel quickly. If you're watching the Queen of the South series, that's not been going quite so well. But, yeah, I'm excited to see what this team can do. I think we've done very, very well. There's a good ball for None. He's in behind here. Can he get himself a debut? Goal! Oh, yes, he can. And it's a debut assist, let's say, as well for Declan Rice. But None Madaduke took him 12 minutes to get his first United goal on his debut. And, well, he took it very, very nicely, didn't he? Caught Alexander-Arnold out and... Yeah, good fit. I mean, maybe the goalkeeper should have at least got a hand on it to parry it, but you wonder if Mason Greenwood might have been on hand just to tap that home in any case. But we've got another highlight. Declan Rice can't quite win that. Ward-Prowse is there. Oh, he gets a toe in, but he can't keep possession. Luke Shaw slides in. And now we go with None again. No, it's nicked off him by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Such a mouthful, isn't it, Trent Alexander? There's got to be a better way. That's probably why people just call him Trent, isn't it? He's the complete opposite of Troy Deeney, where you have to say first and last name because otherwise it doesn't sound right. Oh dear, and we've got away with one there. Let's maybe just give that a focus. And we've got another highlight. So early suggestions here are that it's all action between two decent sides here. There's a ball forward. None not quite on the same wavelength there as Luke Shaw. Hopefully that'll come sooner rather than later. And Liverpool start to ping it around. Lewandowski gets the ball forward. Henderson to Salah. That was some nice football. It's a nice goal. And the lead lasted roughly 3 minutes. So, yeah, we might need to do a little bit of work defensively. I mean, defensively is going to be our weak point, isn't it? Maguire and Tomori are just about the best two English centre-backs. And, I mean, they're not bad by any means. Obviously, they're not bad. They're very good players. But you do just worry a little bit that is a weak point. And there's not really a way around it. I mean, Holgate and Tarkowski are the backups. And again, Holgate's not bad, but he's not Champions League quality, is he? So, yeah, that is going to be the weakness of the team. But hopefully we've got enough attacking threat that we can kind of score more than they do. And Harry Kane puts that just over the top. But, yeah, I mean, arguably Liverpool have edged the first half. There were sort of 2 early goals and then nothing, wasn't it? What do we say? What if we say we need more possession? Let's go with that. I don't actually see I didn't see what the possession was, but if that's an option, then, you know, you can always do with more possession, can't you? Is there anything tactically we want to tweak at this point? I wonder if we take it off pass ball into space. It seemed to work well for the goal, didn't it? But after that, we didn't really see too much from it. So I wonder if Liverpool dropped off a little bit. We've got a kick-off highlight. I mean, given how many players we have making debuts here compared to Liverpool, who really just have Lewandowski up top, if you know, to be 1-1 with them is not necessarily a bad thing. Ward-Prowse has done well there to get a block in, but it's fallen back to Liverpool. And here we go again. Tomori there for Maguire. And can we build from the back and go here? Wan-Bissaka forward for Bellingham. Rice. Oh, it's a good ball over the top. It's Greenwood. He's in behind. Mason Greenwood. Can he find a finish at a tight angle? But he has found the finish. Mason Greenwood. Declan Rice with a second assist of the game as well. And that is very, very nice indeed. Early on in the second half. People are still in the bathroom, aren't they? Having their half-time pee. And we've managed... That's a good finish from Mason Greenwood. 51 seconds that took. And Liverpool have a highlight at the other end. And it's taken another 51 seconds for this highlight to start. Can we get that away, please? We can. Mason Greenwood now with a little bit of space. He's got Harry Kane with him. Can he pick out a run? He goes back for Bellingham to None. And Declan Rice, the assist machine, is there. Rice. Tomori. Across to Maguire. Bellingham's got a little bit of space, but he goes... Oh, Kane with a wonderful ball for None. Can he get a second goal on debut? No, on this occasion. Kelleher is equal to it, and he makes the save. It's been an all-action start to this second half. Ward-Prowse to take the corner. In. It's a good one. It's away. And it's going to get picked up by Mo Salah. Declan Rice is there. Shaw is there as well. Can we hold him in a wide position? We do a decent job of that, but he picks out Lewandowski, whose effort is saved by Henderson. All right. What do we want to do? I'm tempted to maybe get Luke Thomas's debut out of the way. Oh, and Madugue's injured. Hopefully, that's not serious. That's £80 million. The last thing we need is for that to be a long-term injury. We'll get Sancho on out there. Let's maybe just go back to positive. We don't need to be attacking them so much. And suddenly, we might just have the shine taken off this if it is to be a win. The worst thing is you just have no idea, do you, what sort of injury it is. There's nothing to give you some sort of clue. And we're into stoppage time, so we'll close it down. And hopefully, we'll just see this out. Give them a focus. And it looks as though it is going to be the Community Shield lifted by the boys from Old Trafford, which is very, very nice, obviously. But I am very concerned for Madugue, and I'm really, really hoping that's not a serious injury. We do, of course, have Edwards who could come in and play. He's the other left-footed option. We know Sancho can play over there, as can Rashford, so we have plenty of options. But Madugue was supposed to be the star to come in and absolutely run riot down there. A wonder kid, of course. But there we go. Community Shield lifted. And hopefully, of course, not the last trophy we'll be lifting this season as well. But that very fast start to the second half got us through. And quite happy with that. Alright, so this Madugue injury. Oh, it's taunting me. 4 to 5 months. Well, we'll see him after Christmas, I suppose. Hopefully that won't affect his development too badly, but what a shame. Broken leg. Alright, well there we go. We've got, well, we can't sign him because he's not English. Declan Rice, 2 assists. He did really, really well. Over 100 passes completed as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of positives there. Madugue is a bit of a sour taste in the mouth, isn't it? But anyway, wait right there, guys. We'll get our Premiership campaign, Premier League campaign underway next against Fulham. All right, welcome back. Well, we're certainly not getting much luck with injuries early on in this season. Etienne Green has picked up a bit. It's a minor injury, but he's out of this one. So on the bench will come the backup, James Trafford. But yeah, bit of a blow, but it won't be too bad as long as everything is okay with Henderson. Let's have a quick look and see what we're expecting here from Fulham, newly promoted. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1. There's a lot of debutants in that side. It's almost half the side is making their debut, in fact. So hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that. And this is the team we're sending out. It is the same team that faced Liverpool with just a few changes. Now, one thing that's happened that I wasn't aware of is Declan Rice is suspended. That's obviously a carryover from before the transfer here. So it's Henderson in goal, Shaw, Tomori, Maguire, and Wan-Bissaka. Garner comes in to play the deep-lying playmaker. He's very decent, so he'll do a good job there for us. Bellingham and Ward-Prowse continue in midfield. It's Greenwood. Edwards comes in to play over on the left-hand side. Again, very, very good. So that shouldn't be too many problems. And it will be Harry Kane continuing up top. Extended bench for the league. So it's who comes on? Brandon Williams has come onto the bench. Dewsbury Hall has come onto the bench, and one of the new boys. And also coming on is Mavididi. So he's on the bench if we happen to need him. All right, so we can see the team sheets there. It's always difficult, isn't it, going to a newly promoted team, open their first game of the season. Everybody's way more up for it, and it gradually fades away during the season, doesn't it? I think it might be a day just to relax, play an actual game, and the result will come, rather than putting extra pressure on them. It's worked as a team talk, hasn't it, relatively speaking? And here we go. So a TV game to start the season off for us. Lincoln, I think, as a number 10, is a decent player, isn't he? I think, has he played in the Bundesliga? Anyway, doesn't matter. We should still be better than them. At some point, I'm toying with the idea of moving away from a DM and towards a number 10. But this is kind of working for us right now. I think what will happen, and hopefully it'll happen over a time and I'll sort of be ahead of the curve and not reacting to it, is perhaps against the likes of these teams, we might need to start and do that. But if they're going to play number 10 against us, you know, it's fine to play a DM because we'll sort of hold him up a little bit, and B, we don't necessarily need a number 10 there to break them down. But when teams start to park the bus, that's when we'll need to do it, I think. Here we go. Shaw, Garner to Ward-Prowse. Shaw again. Garner, Ward-Prowse. They're just playing their own little game right now. Do you want to get a cross in, somebody? There it is. Decent. Oh, Greenwood, and Greenwood's header is over the top. And that probably should have been the opening goal. Let's give them some more encouragement. But early on here, we have dominated this game. We just need to make sure that we stick the ball in the back of the net. Now, the reason I've gone with such a strong team here, now this is, of course, the season of the Winter World Cup. So we basically have 3 games a week. We'll probably have 4 games a week at some point, it feels like. So what I'm going to do is essentially have 2 teams going because we'll need that. We'll need to be rotating that often as time goes on. And Edwards crosses away. Shaw to Edwards. And we have this game, then we have Brighton, then we have Manchester City. So this is more or less the team that will play. Oh, Ward-Prowse! It's a stunning first goal for the club. James Ward-Prowse bends in a beauty, and it's 1-0. And that is how you introduce yourself to the fans. A wonderful, wonderful James Ward-Prowse strike. We got there eventually. Look at this. Just bends it. Beautiful. 1-0, and Ward-Prowse is underway as a United player. So yeah, this is more or less the team that will play against Manchester City, and then we'll rotate against Brighton. I think it's going to be a case through the season, whoever sort of has the fittest squad and sort of rotates best. Oh, there's a bit of a mix-up there. Kane back to Shaw, and Edwards has not been on the same wavelength there. So I think it might be a case of even if we drop the odd point early on in the season, through the whole course of the season, I think it will come back and benefit us. Oh, and Harry Kane should have done better with that. We could really be 3-0 up here. Can we go and get a second, though? A second just makes it more comfortable, doesn't it? Ball in, it's away, and that will do it for the highlight. But it's essentially been domination. We've got another corner. Ball in again. That's a good one. Harry Maguire gets his first of the season. That is 2-0 now. And we just look a little bit too good for this Fulham side, don't we? So that is excellent. Bellingham having a bit of a slow start, only playing a 6-5. He wasn't brilliant in the Charity Shield either. Nice header though, wasn't it, from Maguire there. But early season, of course, so we don't need to panic too much in terms of individual form. And here we go again. Can we get a third before half-time? Bellingham plays in Greenwood. Now, can he get a cross in? We've got Edwards at the back post if he can find him. He goes in for Harry Kane. Harry Kane's not going to miss two. He's underway for the season, and it is 3-0 before half-time. And you get the feeling this might actually end up being anything. I'm trying to think now who's on the bench. But like I was just saying, I think it might be a case of, for the most part, just leaving players out there playing their 90 minutes and then getting the midweek, or getting the next game off. That might have to change. If we're struggling to win a game and someone like Harry Kane's on the bench, then we might need. Oh, and they've got one back with Mitrovic. So we might do a little bit of work defending corners, because that all looked a little bit easy, didn't it? Lincoln with the ball in, and there's just no one picking him up. Yeah, that's quite poor, actually. Let's give it a focus. And it's a shame that, because we've absolutely smashed them throughout the half, and then we've just clocked off for 1 second. So we'll say don't get complacent, because there is definitely a suspicion on the manager's behalf that that's maybe what happened there. But that hasn't actually worked, because we've seemed to have annoyed more people than anything. Hopefully we'll get them back once they're out there. Uninspired is James Ward-Prowse. He's delighted now. And yeah, there is a part of me that wonders if we take Bellingham off and save him, say, for the Brighton game. He's not having a good one here anyway. But yeah, the issue we have with that advanced playmaker role is that Maddison is injured. Now, he might be back for Manchester City, but it's touch and go. Edwards with a chance here. Edwards tries to bend one, but just puts it over the top there. So that's sort of one position. And of course, we know Loftus-Cheek is out as well. So of the three players we have to sort of fill that position, two of them are injured, which, like I say, it's not ideal. But hopefully between Dewsbury Hall, Longstaff, I'm trying to think who else we have on the bench or sort of in the squad. Hopefully we'll be able to sort of fill that midfield role as best as possible. Garner, of course, Lewis Cook could come in there, couldn't he? Lewis Cook actually might be a decent advanced playmaker, and I wonder if that would help him get over his little cry. There's a decent ball forward, but it's headed away. Bellingham gets back, but just gives it away. And well, what we really don't want is just getting back to 3-2 with 20-odd minutes to play. But we seem to have a decent hold of possession right now. And it's just, yeah, a little bit. Do you want to spread out, guys? Ward-Prowse. He plays a ball forward for Greenwood. Can Greenwood get to it? He can. Greenwood's in. Can Greenwood wrap it up? There it is. 4-1. Mason Greenwood has his first? Is it going to be disallowed? He scored in the Charity Shield. I am fairly sure. First league goal, maybe. It's been given, so it must be first league goal. But a decent ball. Maybe hesitant defending. You've just got to go and just clear everything out there, don't you? Ball, man, bit of grass, linesman, someone in the crowd. Just take everything and just get the ball away. We've got a corner now. Ward-Prowse, decent. Oh, headed away though again. And, well, suddenly it's 2-on-2 at the back here, and that looks a little bit troubling. Wan-Bissaka is going to cross. We've got players back, and we've got a 3-goal lead, so it should be fine. Edwards now is back. Cross comes in. Wan-Bissaka's over the other side. Henderson is helped out there by Maguire, I think it was. And I'm just starting to wonder if maybe we don't need to be attacking. But where's the fun in that? Oh, that's just wide. We've had a free week. We've had a complete week off since the Charity Shield. So everybody is relatively speaking, fresh. And, well, that's been a very, very comfortable opening day victory. 4-1 in the end. Ward-Prowse with a stunning opener. Maguire, Kane and Greenwood. And well done, boys. That's pretty good. So there we go, injury worry for one of their guys. That doesn't concern us. Mason Greenwood, 7 dribbles, 7 key passes, a goal, an assist. That's not a bad afternoon's work, is it? But guys, that'll do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Leicester, despite us taking what feels like half their midfield and their left back, still top of the table. But well done to them anyway. We'll be back next time. I think what we'll do is we'll skip over the Brighton game. We've got Manchester City, obviously a Manchester derby, and then Villa, who are a Champions League club this season. So I think that is maybe what we'll come back for. I don't want to dwell on the season too long, but that they feel like big games early on here, and hopefully we'll get a Champions League group stage draw in there somewhere as well. So, but we can't not come back for the derby, can we? So that's all for next time, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.